Good morning, Devils. This is Stephen Howson. This is Full Time Devils, and this is Transfer Daily. You know what's coming today. I've got all the big ones. I've got Neymar, Muller, and I've got Bale. We'll go straight in with Neymar. The Guardian are reporting that there's interest from the player, but there is no quotes. They've asked Luis Enrique for a quote from his side, and he's refused to comment on any rumour, just as our manager does. So don't expect any of their managers to come out and say anything along those lines. My personal take on this: we're not signing Neymar. How about that? Just repeat that again for the thick. We are not signing Neymar. Relax. We've been linked with a 137 million bid. I don't know if that's pounds or euros, it doesn't matter, it might as well be magic beans. He's not coming. Rio Ferdinand joins in the mix and says, Pedro didn't come, Neymar's not coming, stop getting excited. Rio's bang on the money, this is not happening, let's stop talking about it. He's got no chance of happening. Next up, we've got Muller. Scored again at the weekend for Bayern Munich. You got to question why we keep bidding on the impossible. We've been linked several places to a 100 million bid. Damn, that's a lot of cash. You got to ask why we keep bidding on an impossible player. Everyone says we can't get him. The same people that said we'll never get Schweinsteiger out of Bayern Munich. Everybody has got a price, especially when that price is around about 100 million. Now, do I think it'll happen? Not this season, I don't. I think we're probably working on it for something later on, maybe next year or possibly even the year after. There's a little bit of conflict of when his contract's due. I've seen that it's due up in 2017. I've also seen that it's due up in 2019. So I don't know what the case is, but maybe we're looking at this for a more longer term sort of deal. Third, we've got Bale, Gareth Bale. The Sky Sports and the Express are linking him with Manchester United. They're talking all about our side though. There's nothing coming back from the player, whether he's looking to move or whether he's trying to get out of Real Madrid. But there is something interesting with Bale, that is family. His little girl and his partner are in England. They're not in, or they might be in Wales actually, but I know they're in the UK. They're not in Madrid with him, they moved back. So I think that's very interesting, and that must be putting a lot of strain on that relationship. I think, and I've always thought, Bale will end up at Madrid one day. It could be this season, it could be next season, it could be the season after, but I would be certain, especially with the relationship with Ryan Giggs and the fact that he's always had a soft spot for Manchester United, I think this is a transfer that could happen. Will it happen in the next, 8 days? I don't know. It seems like there's probably a lot to do. There's some people mention that some players, especially these bigger signings, are waiting on seeing whether we get Champions League qualification proper before making a move. Now that's like we're waiting for Adidas deal to kick in before we unveil people. It's a sexy rumour because it makes sense in your head, like, oh yeah, they would wait for that. I just don't know if that's the case. No, we can't prove that that's what's going on. Thursday, Friday will be pretty telling if that's the case. Finally, just wanted to touch on this. Louis van Gaal said in his press conference that he doesn't need a striker and he's happy with the squad. Now, stop taking what managers, agents and players say in press conferences on face value. There's always an agenda, even with Louis van Gaal, who is one of the most refreshingly honest managers that's out there. There's always an agenda. If Louis van Gaal comes out after we've failed to score and goes, I need a striker, these lot of crap, then what's that going to do to the squad confidence? If we've kept how many clean sheets and the only time we've conceded a goal was through Michael Carrick putting it in our net, and he says we need another defender, then the current defence that's doing such a good job is going to be like, Christ, why are we even bothering? It's not good for squad morale, it's not good for squad harmony for a manager to come out and start naming targets. It's not good for a transfer for a manager to come out and start naming targets. It weakens the club's position. Don't expect Van Gaal to either A, tell you who he's going for, B, admit we're going for someone, or C, admit that we need strengthening in any department whatsoever. That's not how it works. Stop listening to people in press conferences. They're basically worthless anyway. You can write them yourself. So that's what we've got for this morning. Hit it in the comments. Rate it if you want. Neymar, let's give it a 0 out of 10, eh? Muller, probably about a 2 or a 3 out of 10 this year. Bale, maybe a 4. Don't think any of these are likely. They're all on the more unlikely side of things. But the three of them are in all completely different situations there. Hit it up in the comments below. Hit it up if you see some more that break today for Mac tomorrow. I'll be back on Wednesday. Like, subscribe, and please get your comments in below what you think about those three transfers, what you think about Van Gaal in press conferences. Is there any other manager that talks as much sense as Van Gaal? And do they even tell you what's happening with transfers? Probably not. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be back on Wednesday in a bit.
Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I'm Adam McCullough. This is Transfer Daily. Got plenty to get through this morning. Manchester United have been linked with a few new names and a few familiar names since missing out on Pedro